Chris, how's it going?
Very good, thanks mate.
Welcome to Explosive Discharge. What's happened today?
We've built something good.
Oh, we went shopping first of all. After work we went shopping. We got 20 new batteries. Magical SLAs. 20 of them. We tested them all with a main beam headlight, a H4 bulb. And they all lit up apart from 5, which we decided not to buy. Got them for a good price. Very good price. You see the energy monitors running, and there's no desk full of cab, so it's obviously up in the loft. This is actually an alarm system, an very old one, October 96. That was installed. 10th of the 7th. It's not, because on here it says October 95. Don't worry. It's old. It's an alarm system. We purely want it for the trickle charger, but we don't think it's going to put out enough amps for the amount of batteries we've got. So, give them a tour, Chris.
It's all looking tidy up here now. A few new bits. Got the rack servers, replaced the processor box. It's only a Celeron processor, but
how much was it?
It was free.
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm not going to complain, and it's fairly efficient. And I'm thinking about popping a AMD quad-core board and processor in there. That'll make it plenty quick enough.
Plus, as you can see, Chris, that is the
88 watts.
rack server, a router, an external hard drive, all under 100 watts.
Which isn't bad at all. Yeah, and here's the racks of batteries. We've got 20 batteries now. Still using the earth block at the end. It's all wired with flex cable. All proper spade terminals. We've got a Scotch block with 7.5 amp fuses for each battery. So if there was a fault on one battery, the fuse would just go for it straight away. No problems. Then this is the cabinet, if I can actually get a good view of it. Going from left to right here, we've got the isolator for the mains input. The lamp is right in the way, Dom. The relay, that switches between the mains input or the inverter power. The coil is obviously powered by the mains input. And coming out of that on the live, we've got this kilowatt sensor. It's a wireless one to downstairs. A little bit of a neutral terminal block. This 6 amp MCB powers the outputs, and the one next to it doesn't do anything at the moment. That's the 6 outputs down there. So we've got the server, hard drive, home hub, and this work lamp plugged in. Okay, how many watts are we on at the moment, Dom?
143, as you can see there, ish. 140 now. That's literally the extent of the cable.
We can plug into this, Dom.
Yeah, you could.
Okay, right, the inverter is powered up.
That's a good point. It will then measure how much its own
sensor is using.
It does that anyway.
Yes, it does.
It should do that.
It should do that anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to simulate a power cut. There we go, everything's still running. That's still running. How many watts are we on, Dom?
Still 133, we've actually gone down.
133, it does fluctuate a bit. Now, you can probably hear that buzzing there. Not sure exactly where it's coming from. That's coming from the inverter. Oh, I think that's just because it's a modified sine wave and there's a bit of buzzing coming from the rack server. You can see the CCTV card in that as well now.
It's safe to use, it just doesn't sound good. We're not using it with sensitive equipment. Obviously the router's got its own filtering caps and resistors in the power supply and internally. The hard drive won't have a problem, that's got a big power supply. The PC's the same, loads of filter caps. But we're just a bit concerned about the buzz of the inverter. And
it'll be nice to get a proper true sine wave one at some point.
They're not cheap though.
Not
and that's the point of this. This is all cheap. Yeah, that's a good point. Prices. The cab was a tenner.
£10 and it came through with a rack server. Which you can't argue with. Boot sale.
Yep, boot sale.
Energy monitor was £1. Not really necessary. These were £2 each, £1 each, something like that. Relay was a £5.
Yeah,
that was about £8 altogether.
And that's from Maplin. If you get it off the internet, it'll be a hell of a lot cheaper.
Probably.
We just wanted to go and get one.
DIN rail, that was fairly expensive. It was about, I think it was about £8 for 2 metres of it.
Yeah, there's a tip. There's 2 sizes of DIN rail.
Yeah.
Small, which is somewhere around small
15mm and 35mm, I think it is.
Yeah, we got the wrong one.
Yeah, we bought the wrong one originally. Got a nice bit of earth block up there, keeping it all safe.
Earth blocks, all of the earth block we've used is from Toolstation. That's about £1.20 a block, which is really good. B&Q is upwards of £3, £4. So.
And then we got the outlet sockets and pattress boxes. They're a Toolstation as well. How much were they?
Back boxes were 74p each.
Yeah, a couple
the
of
sockets were 112,
150. Don't know. I think they're 140 each.
Cheap, though, very cheap.
And
however you look at it, it's cheap. The inverter is the most expensive part of it all. 25 quid.
25 quid.
Even all the batteries, we get them for a good price. All of the batteries we've got was under 25 quid, and that's 35, 40 batteries in total.
Yeah, somewhere there's some more.
Yeah, somewhere. They're scattered around the country now, but 40 batteries cost us under 25 quid, which is fantastic. If you look online, they'll be 25 quid each in some places. So.
Okay.
Sorry about the waffle vid, but we don't usually do these, so.
I've just noticed that's dimming a bit. That'll flash dim.
Yeah, it does occasionally, doesn't it?
Not brilliant.
Is anything hot?
No, it's cold, stone cold. I don't know, it's still cold.
It should warm up.
Yeah, so we've actually wired something up properly for a change. But yeah, future things that are coming, the charge control relay, the DIN timer.
Oh yeah, how much was that?
DIN timer was 6 quid from China, so that'll probably take about a week to come, I reckon, from now.
They're a hell of a lot more.
Yeah,
from England, they're
B&Q probably not even sell you one.
No, B&Q, I think we saw one for 36.
It's not worthwhile, is it? It's worth the wait for saving that amount of money. There we go.
12 volt relay for charging, and a 240 volt relay, probably for status, LEDs, etc.
Yeah, so we can actually override the DIN timer, probably over the serial port connection to the rack server. So we can override the charger online. So if there was a long power cut and we want to just whack it on for a few hours, we can do that. We'll pop a earth block up there. That's the transmitter for the energy monitor.
Want to demonstrate the teething problems?
And you can just see there's 3 double sockets down there for plugging stuff in.
The Prusa box power supply, if you might have seen our other vids, used to vibrate and buzz with the inverter power. Obviously it was fine on mains, but it didn't like the modified sine wave. Whereas the rack server power supply vibrates and buzzes, as does the inverter. So we're a bit concerned that something's going wrong inside the inverter. We did get it incredibly hot the other day because Chris wanted to see what happened if we plugged the whole UPS into itself and then switched off the mains. So it was just an infinite loop of the relay clicking back from one to the other, one to the other, one to the other, and it got the inverter very hot. So we think we might have killed it, but it works.
Probably might put a few indicator lights on the door.
Oh, we can't show you.
Oh yeah, this is going to actually be mounted on the wall at some point as well. And we're going to run twin and earth down to a fused spur downstairs on the utility ring, and that should power it all. And we'll probably put this on a rotary isolator as well.
The big one downstairs.
Yeah. £1 and 4p.
Delivered.
Yep.
The man that packaged this up, if you were to watch this, you must have been pissed off when you were packaging this up, because I can imagine this was 25 quid new, maybe.
Probably more.
Probably more. Toolstation, they're a lot. They're a lot in. Yeah, but that switch is
40 amps, 3 phase.
Oh, is that a 3-phase one?
Yes,
oh, yeah.
4.
I have 1, 2, and 3, and neutral. So
4 pole, yeah.
4 pole isolator, and you can padlock it. Stop people tampering with your stuff, which is good.
Obviously this is lockable, so we can lock that and hide the keys somewhere, so if there is a fire we can obviously just let the house burn down.
Yeah, you can't get in to stop the fire, so let it contain within the box.
Okay. So as far as don't try this at home goes, just don't plug your UPS into itself because it messes it up.
Yeah, obviously be careful if you're wiring stuff up. We're actually doing a course at the moment, which is why you'll see stuff getting tidier and tidier.
Yeah, we're doing a wiring course.
Stuff is it is dangerous if you don't do it right, and even the batteries we've got, that's capable of putting out probably a peak of 700 or 7 amps, I don't know.
Well, the batteries when they're new are rated to peak at about 45 amps a piece.
So call it 40 for...
Oh yeah,
Couple
if
of
none
years
of these were fused and we just dropped a spanner across that,
The spanner would go away very
yeah,
quickly.
all the cables would blow.
Yeah. Plus, the all of these batteries up here are DataSafe brand. We've selected them out, and they're all 2009 or more recent.
Yeah,
None of them are older than 2009.
And they're all from a pretty trusty guy. They're only 3 years old before they come out of service, aren't they?
Yeah, he doesn't let them get older than 3 years old. So 2009, end of 2012 now. That's fine for an
That
SLA.
multimeter still up in it.
Yep. £2.78 delivered.
eBay. These
eBay.
are
Oh, that's England as well. That's not
England,
China.
UK delivery. Test leads are acceptable quality because we've had some shitty test leads. So I'd recommend these.
3 days delivery, was it?
Yeah, they're cheap and they work.
Yeah. Well, no,
And
really,
that,
they
this
work
kind
really
of
well.
price, I can just drop it down the ladder and buy a new one. I don't care. And
Yeah.
Apparently they're quality control passed.
Yeah, sure. No, I mean, it does everything you need it to.
Amp mode.
Don't.
1225.
Which is quite low, but what's
That's
that?
everything's still running off the inverter.
Yeah, we're going to be... No, they weren't charged up
Bring
either.
that back over to the mains.
The normal charge capacity for this whole bank of 20 batteries should be 13.5 volts charged up.
It's 12.6 at the moment, but the charger's off.
We haven't even charged them. These have just come straight out of storage. On here,
Brilliant.
charger's been off. That still is off. And when we turned that on, we left it for about 5 minutes and it still says it was charging them at 6 amps, as you can see there. The LED indicating that it's 6 amp charge rate. So, yeah, that's better. They're obviously, they're flat in comparison to what they should be. So, I don't know, we could do some calculations, but what do you reckon? 5 hours, 6 hours run time?
At full load, yeah, realistically, what is it?
Well, realistically, it's 130.
Let's say this pulled 120 watts average. That's on a 12 volt battery. That's 10 amps, and they're 7 amp hours each.
Yeah.
So that's, well, if they are 10 amp hours each, that would then be 20 hours. So it's going to be 15, 17 hours.
That seems ridiculous. Obviously, I've had some inefficiencies in for the awful inverter we've got, but
Yeah, that's probably like 10% efficiency now. We did that.
now it's been a bit melted, yeah. We could have opened it up and had a look what we did, because it got hot in one very specific place. That top left corner was boiling hot, couldn't even touch it. And that
it
was
was
after...
only on for 1 or 2 seconds.
Yeah, that was... Something went wrong there. But us being us, we didn't bother to check the status lights on the side of the inverter, so we're not sure if it went into overload or over current or over temperature protection.
We turned it off pretty quickly.
There are LEDs there. But yeah, it went off straight away, so hopefully we didn't damage it. But don't plug your inverter into itself. There's the rest of the handle from the modified car battery charger, because it's just full of air, so it's just a bit of a waste of time. Cut that off. Isolator, instead of getting the joint isolator where there's 2 breakers next to each other, where they're both joined by one thing, we just put 2 next to each other, which is perfectly adequate. Charger, we're going to change, possibly,
Get a nicer one.
depending on how that
I
works.
think we should see how that works and see if we can get it to work on a bigger scale, because that's only going to put out 700 milliamps. Isn't
We'll
it?
see if it puts any worthwhile voltage or current out. But that is made for an SLA. That's made for those batteries up there, just not 20 of them. But in
Should be 20
theory,
alarms.
it should just take 20 times as long to charge those than it would
Yeah.
a singular one. It would still charge them. We just want it to have a bit of oomph behind it. Yeah, an RCD.
Yeah, that's a good idea, because when, I don't know, an expert opinion would be nice on this, because I'm not sure. We've got obviously an RCD in the house, and this spur will be on the same RCD.
Yeah, at the moment
So-
you have to ignore.
If there was an earth fault, like earth to live fault,
Yeah.
while this was running on the mains, the RCD in the house would trip. But if the power went out, RCD didn't trip, because there was a fault at the substation, for instance. That kicked over to inverter power, and then there was an earth fault. The RCD in the house, as far as I know, wouldn't trip. We
No.
should have another one for the inverter.
No, I'm pretty sure, from what I know about electronics, which isn't a lot, the RCD in the house would rely on you using the current passing through it to trip.
Which would be from the main.
It wouldn't be able to trip just on Earth itself, unless there was a voltage pump back through Earth, in which case it might just trip, but then it would trip all of the RCDs connected to the same bit of Earth.
that?
Yeah, I've no idea. We could just use the welding thing that hasn't got any RCD on it at all.
I meant the RCD plugged into it.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't even work.
Just for testing, it's still running off the flex plugged into the socket, and that is disconnected now because it's kind of unnecessary. It's only, the plug's up there, we can plug it back in a couple of seconds, but it's a bit unnecessary. But at one
we're
point,
going to run another cable back into the house as well.
there's going to be, that's going to be there, but this will be a fused switch neon rather than a non-fused one. That'll be there, which takes power off the socket, and then it'll run twin and earth up there, up into there, which will be a lot more professional is the word for it.
Good place. Another tip. Good place to get cheap flex. There's probably cheaper places, but I just wanted to get it straight away.
You say there's probably cheaper places. We've been to lots of online places. Tool Station, you can only buy it in minimums of 50. 50 metres you can buy it from Tool Station. It's cheap.
Electronics shop wanted like 150 a metre or plus for this stuff.
Yeah, for
70p a metre. Wilkinson's. 1.5 mil square.
Yeah, Tool Station was 30 or 50 metres. They sold it in. It was 50 metres, but it was only 22 quid.
Thanks for watching, guys. Good night.
See ya.